All right, I'm talking Xfinity here. Very similar to my approach for the Truck Series. However, this is the one that I'm more interested in, and I think there's certainly more guys viable for your pool. Certainly, we need to focus on the junior motorsports cars and their relation and what they have in speed compared to the Joe Gibbs cars. Right now, I'm leaning to just playing the junior motorsports cars and trying to find enough money to have one of the guys in the 9K range here. So between Gregson and Ty Gibbs, gonna be based on practice speed. Same thing between Barry and Allgaier. We've seen all four of these cars be up there competing for the races, being able to lead laps. I'm leaning towards what they bring in practice. I would lean between all four of these cars. I like Allgaier for this event. I like the discount that we get on Allgaier compared to the three guys above him. I like the videos. I like the races that he's performed the best at. Like the race that he has come out and shown up and been the fastest cars are the two tracks that I'm looking at: Dover, Darlington, Texas to an extent. He did get third at Texas, having the fourth best car there. But those are the main tracks I'm looking at. We can look at Charlotte as well. But Dover, concrete, very dependent on aero. It's a one-groove racetrack. Everybody was able to spread out, or not spread out, but, you know, the field, the slow cars were slow, the fast cars are fast, the fast cars are able to stay up in front. Very similar this week. I like Allgaier first and foremost. I think he's going to be my priority unless I just see things that completely, make me fear what he's going to show up with in the race with. Allgaier is the guy I want to go with. After that, I either want to target whoever's fastest after Allgaier or whoever's showing more speed overall. Like, look, I'm playing Allgaier. I'm most likely going to have like 50% Allgaier. Things can change, but I like him going into it. Based off of the practice speed, it's going to be Gregson, Gibbs, and Barry for me. I'm thinking I don't really mess with Gibbs or Gregson based on what they do in qualifying. Like, these guys are going to be very much against each other. If one guy's doing well or has the opportunity to work out, it's not going to be the other guy. I know it's obvious, but that's how I want to look at it. And so I'm pretty much going to be underweight on either Gregson or Gibbs. Right now, it's probably going to be leaning to Gibbs. Barry, I'm going to make sure that I have in lineups just as a wild card, and very similar to the Cup Series of where we see guys that you should at least have 10% of, 15% of each and every week, or like as one-offs in your lines, just trying it different. The same thing goes for Barry. Barry is going to wander his way into the lead at some point in most races due to the pit road speeds, and I would not be shocked if we see Barry lead at Nashville at some point in the race. I don't think he starts up front in terms of the front row. I think he starts in the top 10. If he gets the lead, it's going to be on pit road. And then Josh Berry is able to maintain the lead. I would see him being a leader late in the race, not to start out. Reddick, back in the event, 10-4 for the 48 car. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I don't think Reddick is going to be able to find a lane here. It's going to be a one-groove racetrack. I mean, the track is going to be small. Yes, you can run the outside lane, but I don't see Tyler Reddick being able to elevate past whoever's fastest in practice. Same thing goes for AJ Allmendinger. We've seen that colleague has had a major issue this year, specifically with AJ. We're seeing Hemrick and Castle run basically where they should, but when you look at AJ, he's getting stuck in traffic. He's too trimmed out. Whereas AJ showed up and absolutely murdered this year on the intermediate tracks. We're just not seeing that. He's going to be probably 7th, 6th on Saturday. I'm going to try and get off that. I don't see a real reason to go there. I would much rather go to Trevor Bayne. If you're not going to Bayne, you're not going to Jones, I try and get Sam Mayer into line as well. Sam is the cheapest play here. I think him and Ryan Pearce are going to be very head-to-head. And the reason I'm saying head-to-head so much is when I looked at early lineup construction, if I'm going with Allgaier, but you can use it with whatever driver you want to focus on, you can get Allgaier, and you can get one of Gregson, Berry, Ty Gibbs, whoever the hell you want to go with. And then you have the price to go to either Sam Mayer or Ryan Pearce. You can also, if you think it's going to be, one of the junior motorsports cars staying out front all day, and then fast laps are being spread out between guys who are just running in the top 7, I would then lean towards a bill that leans, somebody in the 10K, and then Mayer and Pearce together. So I love Mayer. I love Pearce. I think both these guys are very much in play. I think they're underpriced, but just due to the fact that we have so many guys in this race, they had to price them at the low 9K range. I think Pearce at 8-9 is going to be a really, really solid steal. I think he runs absolutely fantastic. I like Hill, I like Hemrick, I like Castle, Herbst, Creed. All these guys are going to be dependent on practice and where they end up qualifying, and if they can get themselves close to a 4.8 to a 5.2 value. Sieg, I'm concerned about. I'm sure he's going to pull something stupid. Hopefully this race goes green, so we don't have to worry about these guys trying to save a set of tires. Anthony Alfredo, just going to have to see what they do in practice. Same thing with Snyder, can't do it. Alex LeBay can't do it, at least right now. Like, clearly anything can change when we get there. When we get to Jeffrey Earnhardt, $7,000 for the Sam Hunt car, you can count me in, man. That's like a drug to me. The Sam Hunt car at $7,000 for, and we've been here before, Jeffrey. And what a guy! Like, I think that's the real issue. Jeffrey is a fine racer, but he cannot avoid wrecks to save his life. I think that's really what it comes down to. I think I've been too harsh on Earnhardt because I look at his driving in general and I'm just like, well, you're just not a good driver. But when we look at Earnhardt's strengths and weaknesses, if he can get in the top 10, he'll be fine. His issues come from having to race around these idiots because he just chooses to race guys that he shouldn't be racing hard, and he gets involved in wrecks and stuff. And nearly all of his DNFs this year have come in situations where he gets fucking obliterated by guys with no rhyme or reason. Charlotte's a great example. Just, what are you doing? They're gonna get stupid, Jeffrey. Just be there. Just take your time. I don't think we've seen the full, talent that. I mean, granted, Earnhardt doesn't have a lot of talent. I'm not basing him up to be a top 10 driver. Earnhardt sucks. But this car is a top 10 car. We've seen it time and time again. Earnhardt is going to get a race where it goes well for him, where he can avoid a wreck. $7,000, give me all the Earnhardt that I can get right now. I would much rather play him over Moffitt, over Brown, over Jeb. All these guys are in play. And usually, when we start doing the projections, we see them all around 4.5 to 4.9x. It just depends on where they qualify, what happens there. Once you start moving down, I'm fine with Ryan Ellis. I'm fine with Stephen Parsons. We got Parker back. I think he's a fantastic value at 5.9. He's probably hopefully he'll qualify up front, so ownership kind of is pushed down on him. Same thing with Bailey Curry. I'm fine with that. Kyle Weatherman, he'll probably start closer to the rear, but he's clearly getting more out of that car than Jesse Woogie. And so the 6K range is another area that I like, and it's why I'm not necessarily like crazy about the 8K range, because I love Earnhardt. I like the low 6K and the 5K ranges this weekend. I think that's how I'm going to build, and it goes back to why I think you can easily get 2 10K guys, a 9K guy that you like, easily go down to the 6K range and 5K range and build out your line from there. This is a very fun week to make lines. At least this race will end up being that way, and we have a lot of people trying to make the race. Time to talk here. The Bassett brothers are a circus. I cannot understand what they're trying to do. I've said it every time they're in the race. They haven't made a race since Moses was alive. Okay? They have had an eternity to get this car running. It was absolutely hysterical to see them not even take a queue time at Charlotte worth anything. Like, it's crazy. So same thing with the Bassett brothers and Dylan Bassett. If he can make the freaking race, I think they're going to be fine. I really do. I don't think they're going to start in park. I don't think they're going to run into mechanical issues. It's just, for the love of all that's holy, Get the car to run. If you can make it leave the pit lane fine, you're gonna make the qualifying session. Like, it's crazy, So I like Bassett as the value if and when he gets in. Same thing with any of the BJ McLeod cars. About the only person and also Mason Massey is interesting as well. I would not be shocked if we see Mason Massey just have a oddly good day. Like, if Mason Massey can do what he does, clearly had a rough day at Dover, but Darlington, Texas, look, Mason Massey at $5,100 is an extremely mispriced driver. I think Mason Massey easily hits value. And so right now, I think you should have a lot of Mason Massey. I think Dylan Bassett's a really interesting play when he makes the race. I think Kyle C can work. I think, Parker Retzlaff can work. And so there's a lot of values down at the bottom, below $6,000 that can easily get into lines, that can easily hit value, that can easily work. And I don't mind double punting this weekend. Would say if you ran Mason Massey and Josh Williams together, if Williams makes the race, or Mason Massey and Dylan Bassett, I like the value range here. I think pricing is very soft at the bottom. You can easily get up to whoever you want at the top. I'm really, really looking forward to the Xfinity Series race. And that's my main takeaway. I'll just do the Cup Series video tomorrow. I'm legit not gonna have enough time to do that today, but I found the time to do this. So thank you guys for watching. I'm trying to make these smaller. If you guys want them longer, let me know. But I try and make separate videos now if people want to go in depth or stuff like that. But yeah, let me know. Do you like the shorter videos? Do you like longer videos? Do you just want the picks? I'm gonna go over lap data for these guys as well. Are you guys having issues looking through anything in the Patreon or in the Google Sheets? Let me know, and I will help you guys out. So I'll see you guys later.